Welcome back, everyone,
Welcome, welcome.
to another episode of the Serving Scandalous podcast.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready to get scandalous?
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
Are you ready to be stressed out just a little bit?
Yep.
Well, today we have an amazing show prepared for you guys. First, I want to shout out my parents. Happy anniversary to my mom and dad.
Shout out, shout out.
Married over 35 years. And also, it is the anniversary of our press on nail company. So, shout out to Press Nails. We've been in business for 4 years.
Yep.
We're having a huge anniversary sale on the website. And as you guys know, I give out secret coupon codes during the episode. So, if you want an additional percentage off, hopefully you catch the secret coupon code that I'll randomly give out in the middle of the episode at some point. But for today's episode, you are in for a treat. So coming up, we have I lied about one thing and it might cost me my marriage. He said she was gone, but now I'm not sure. I can't look at my wife the same after her surgery. And my wife took everything and vanished.
Hmm.
Are you ready?
Hey, I'm ready.
Buckle up. Story number one.
Mm-hmm.
I lied about one thing and it might cost me my marriage. So I'm just going to say it right from the start. I am the asshole in this story. Like, completely. 100%. No debate. I'm 45. My wife is 44. She has done absolutely nothing wrong here. This is entirely on me. And I know that. I'm not trying to dodge responsibility. I just don't know if there's any way I can fix what I've done. All right, so here's the situation. My wife and I have been together for 10 years, 7 years dating, and 3 years married. When we first met, we were both renting our own homes. Mine was a pretty nice house. Hers was smaller and almost just as expensive as mine. But we both had a good relationship with our landlords. And early on, for some reason, I told her that I owned my house. I don't.
Lying.
I didn't tell her I was renting. It was a lie. It was a big one. I guess I was trying to impress her at the time. And instead of correcting it, I just kept the lie going for 10 years.
Wow.
Eventually, she moved in with me, gave up her lease, and we've built a life together in this house. And the thing is, I handled everything related to the house, repairs, maintenance, all of it. If something costs less than $1,000, I just pay for it myself and send the landlord the invoice. Partially because I didn't mind, but other partially because I didn't want him around asking questions and doing repairs. If something bigger came up, I still pay up front and then get reimbursed. The landlord was totally fine with this setup, so it never raised any red flags. So from her perspective, everything looked exactly like I owned the place. And we love this house. We talk about it all the time, how perfect it is for us, how lucky we are to live here. Now here's where everything falls apart. My landlord has decided to retire and sell off all of his properties. He's offering them to his tenants first at a discount, like $25,000 off market value. I can actually afford to buy the house. I've been approved for the mortgage and even have the money set aside for a down payment in my personal savings. Financially, this isn't the issue. The issue is my wife still doesn't know the truth. She still thinks I owned this house the entire time. The closing is in a few weeks. And apparently, even though the mortgage is only in my name, she still has to sign off on the paperwork as my spouse. Duh.
Right.
I need people to understand there are two different things when you are dealing with a home. You have the person who's on the hook for the debt, the person who took out the loan from the bank, but then you have the ownership side of it. That's the deed. That's the part that you're running into the issue with. If you're in a community property state, you too own the home. It doesn't matter if one of you takes the debt out in your name or the other one takes the debt out in their name or you both take the loan out together. That's between you and the bank. But the ownership of the home is with the city or the county, and both of your names have to be on that deed. So Oopsie, on your part. There's no way around it. I have to tell her, which means I have to sit down with my wife of 3 years, my partner of over a decade, and admit that I've been lying from the beginning. And not just lying, but actively maintaining the lie for years. And yeah, she's going to be furious. She's going to be hurt and probably feel completely betrayed. And she would be absolutely right to feel that way. I don't even know how to start that conversation. Do I just sit her down and tell her everything? Do I try to explain why I did it, even though I don't really have a good reason, just that I was trying to impress her? Do I just accept that she might not forgive me? I guess what I'm asking is there any way to come clean about something like this and not completely destroy my marriage? Or do I just have to face the reality that I've ruined everything? Please help.
I don't think that's that bad. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, he's still about to own the house. He's still making moves to own the house. He shouldn't have lied, but at the end of the day, he about to own the house, right? And he about to get it at a discount. I don't think it's that bad. He shouldn't have lied, but it's not that bad. He about to own the house regardless, and then he about to add her to the deed. So,
So they're about to own the home.
right? And he's already been financially taking care of everything. So, I mean, what is there to lose?
From a woman's standpoint, and I'm gonna just speak for myself. If this was a lie that I found out, it wouldn't be about the lie. My next thought would be, this was something you could have easily said, especially when we were getting married. Y'all was 7 years into a relationship at that time. This is not a big deal. So when something is a big deal, what are the big deal things that you're lying about? That would be my problem.
No, I completely understand.
And I think that's the part that he's fearing that's going to destroy his relationship.
I think he'll be all right, to be honest. I mean, I understand the whole argument, and then she might have, second doubts about him and everything, but, or just like, she might have problems with like him telling the truth, or what is he lying about, just like you said. But at the end of the day, I think it's just going to be an argument. She might view you a little differently, but I don't think she's leaving you. I don't think, anything like that. I think y'all going to have a massive argument. But I think at the end of the day, y'all going to be homeowners, and I think y'all be okay.
Well, there is an update.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hey, I'm here for it.
Have you been in my notes?
No. I'm just thinking about the situations,
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as my wife got home Friday night, I had her sit down with me and I came clean about everything. I told her I lied about owning the house. I told her we've been renting the entire time. I told her about getting the mortgage in place and using my money from my personal account to pay the down payment and everything. And she reacted in a completely opposite way than I expected. She was, of course, hurt about the lie, but she was thrilled to learn that we were buying the house and that we were also getting a great deal for it. We talked about boundaries and we talked about keeping secrets, but truly, this is the only thing I've ever lied to her about. She knows all of my passwords. I gave them to her years ago, unprompted. She has access to all of our shared bank account information, and I showed her my personal bank account statements, and I will in the future if she ever asks. I had this one big lie I held on to for a decade and it ate me up, but now that it's in the air and cleared, we're working on a path moving forward, stronger together. I am a truly lucky guy to have such a wonderful woman in my life. She's the best partner I could have ever hoped for. We have a plan to move forward, and I think we're going to work together to even knock out this debt faster than most people do. She's also now planning of what she wants to do to the house, such as ripping up carpet and refinishing the hard floors and etc. I cry with relief, y'all. This whole conversation was a weight off my mind and shoulders, and I'm so relieved that it's done. She forgave me, though I maintain she has the right to decide to still be mad. We're still together, and she's not even mad at me. Thank you guys for all of the support.
Good.
So you just knew, huh?
No, I was just thinking about situations that he could have been in versus this one, and I don't think this one was, I think she could have got over it.
This would have been a very different conversation if the landlord wanted his house back. and there was no option to buy the house.
True.
And now y'all getting kicked out.
Yeah.
I feel like the only reason why this is kind of going smooth because they're not inconvenienced with leaving.
Absolutely. I mean, of course.
And now she's a homeowner. So.
Right. It worked out. It just worked out.
Right. I feel like that's the only reason why everybody's in a good mood and nobody's caring about the lie. Now, due to his lie, because you got to think about it, if he had told the truth, this would have been his home before marriage that she moved into. She's now realizing that he's now purchasing the home during their marriage, which now makes her an owner of the home. And on top of that, girl, you own real estate now, and you're not even on hook for the debt. The mortgage is in his name. So you basically just got a house out of it without being on the hook for any of it.
Right.
You're reaping all the benefits, right? So I 100% understand how she's happy.
Right.
But if they had to move out, I don't think your statement would have been, "Oh, she'll be fine."
No, I feel you. But I got to go off of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, you want to know what some of the commenters had to say?
Yeah, what they're talking about.
After all these posts about people effing up their relationships with threesomes and whatnot, I'm relieved to read that another adult conversation saves the day.
Right.
Someone else said, I think she loves the house so much, it would be different if he told her they had to move out. Instead, he basically told her that she's now owning a home too, so this is what makes a big difference. Same thing I said. Someone said, this would F with my trust in them. At least he told her. That's probably far better than she found out. I mean, yeah, if you can lie about this one thing for an entire decade, how long could you keep an affair to yourself? And he even said it ate him up to lie about it, yet he did it day after day for a decade. It's the fear of the reaction, I guess. And this is so selfish and cowardly. I have zero tolerance or sympathy for shit like this. He should have respected enough to be upfront with her in the first place.
I mean, we get that. But we're here now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talk about the after fact, like the aftermath. Like, is she going to be mad or is she not going to be mad? She's not going to, I mean, she wasn't mad. So we're good.
Nah, she just came up basically.
Right.
Well, like I said, it's a situation. They didn't have to get out.
I just feel like the comments are saying that he is just like the terrible guy. I mean, I understand he shouldn't have lied. Yes, we get that.
And I mean, lied for a long time. That just shows what you're capable of.
Okay, so what? So should she be mad for the rest of her marriage because he lied? Even though she came up? Like, how long should this argument last? How long should this feeling last? Forever?
He's very deceitful. He's a liar. Why you shaking your head? He's not?
He lied. People lie. You're not going to just call somebody a liar. I
so
mean,
how long do you have to tell a lie for you not to be called a liar? You saying that lying for a decade doesn't put you in liar category?
You lied. But I wouldn't be holding it against you that you're a liar.
Well, damn. What makes you a liar then? What you got to do to be called a liar then?
Maybe consistently lying.
What does lying for 10 years mean?
I mean, I get you, but I get what you're saying, but I feel like still I wouldn't give him, like, for instance, 3 years later, I wouldn't be considered, oh, I'm married to a liar. That destroys your marriage.
What I'm saying is bumps and thunderstorms are expected. But when something happens to the point that rises to their character is now different, I feel like that leaves a scar. Now, scars heal. Scars heal. But they don't go away. And that's what I'm saying. Finding out that you looked me in my eyes and lied to me about something that you didn't need to lie about for 10 years is a character flaw. Because you had so many chances to just be like, you know what? My bad. The only reason why you're coming clean now is because you're forced to. You have a closing in 3 weeks and you got to come with the money, or now you in default of the contract. And guess who you need there to close? Me. The only reason why you telling me now is because you need me at the damn closing. And if you didn't have this situation going on, you would have kept this shit going on for 20, 30 years. Like, this was nothing to lie about. So the fact that you are lying about something like this every day, you're perpetuating the lie by doing the maintenance and doing all of this so that the real owner never comes around, is a character flaw. And that is a bigger than just getting caught in a white lie. To look your spouse in the face and lie about some dumb shit like this is a character flaw. And I feel like when you look at somebody and realize their character is different than what you expected, that leaves a scar. Scars will heal, but they don't go away. And that's just it. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it.
Stick with it, then. Stick with it.
Because I'm just telling you, people who do what he's doing, I don't believe that this is the one and only. This is the one and only.
And I feel like y'all should be squashing this now and moving on. I would not be holding this grudge. The world is way too big. There's way too many challenges out here to be
why do you
thinking
keep saying
about this.
She could forgive him?
Forgiveness is a big deal. This does not mean you act differently and stuff. Well, I'm
not saying she acted differently.
They should talk it out, but don't carry this grudge moving forward.
And I'm saying, forgive him. If you're going to stay with him, obviously, I don't think this is a divorceable thing. Forgive him. I'm just saying, you don't forget shit like this. Nobody does. Because now you know that your person is capable of laying next to you every day and lying for no reason.
I got you.
And so what are you saying? That ain't the right thing to do?
That's not the right way to approach it. That's what I'm saying.
So how do you approach being lied to?
You work it out, and you have to just make sure that, hey, you don't lie again. You have to work on that. That's what I'm saying. But I wouldn't be having arguments 3, 4, 5 years about this.
I never said that you would have arguments about this. I'm saying you're gonna have new arguments because a person who will do this gonna do some other stuff. I'm not talking about bringing this up again. I'm saying there's more to come.
That's wrong. That's wrong. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I disagree with that.
Well, tell me what is wrong about that.
Because that does not mean that he is going to lie again. Like, that does not mean that. This could have just been his one little lie. Like, I wouldn't be looking for that. And I feel like that's the energy I'm talking about that's unnecessary moving forward in a relationship. You shouldn't be looking for that. I feel like that's wrong.
I don't really like the term looking for it. I think you're just now on guard because you have a scar now.
And you kept saying, hey, stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
He is pretty much a liar.
Yeah.
Got you. I disagree with that.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Because...
So we have our point of views. It's okay.
I mean, I think everyone tells white lies. You know? Like, for instance, if when me and you got somewhere to go, and you like, babe, you almost ready? And I say, yeah. No, and meanwhile, I'm only good 5 minutes into my makeup, and we still got a good 40 minutes to go. That's a little white lie. People lie every day. Little white lies. I'm just saying this is a character flaw to do this type of lying, and the type of person that's capable of this is capable of more. And that's the part I think you disagree with me on.
No, I disagree that you keep saying there is stuff that's going to happen. I don't feel like she should be looking at
I didn't say looking. I'm just saying
at the relationship like that. Like, there's going to be, like, they need to move on.
Yeah, they can move on.
I'm just gonna put that in the bow. Just like
I don't
that.
think that I don't think you're taking how seriously this type of behavior is.
And I think you're taking it too seriously, and that's the problem.
Okay, well, shit, it ain't my marriage. I'm just concerned for you, girl. That's all.
I'm not.
And that's it.
Yep.
I'm concerned for you.
Okay.
My husband thinks this ain't nothing.
But this ain't about us.
Right.
What do y'all think?
I think this is something.
What do y'all think? Please put it in the comments what y'all think, you know.
What do y'all think? Is this something to y'all? Do you agree with me and think this is something? Or do you agree with James that this ain't nothing? We're
going to leave it like that.
Story number 2?
Yeah.
I do need to issue a trigger warning. I don't even want to use the S word, but we'll call it self-unaliving.
Okay.
Okay?
Wow.
Yeah. But, of course, I don't tell sad stories for referral on here. So you know, like, this ain't nothing but juice and drama. Okay? Mm-hmm. So no need to be worried about being sad. Lauren will never try to make y'all leave here sad. Y'all need to leave here feeling stressed but not sad. So, story number 2. He said she was gone, but I'm not sure. I feel like I'm losing my mind and I don't know what's real anymore. My husband had an affair with a woman who was a high level executive at a tech company. It went on for a year. I found out in January 2022. He ended things with her and we started couples therapy. He told me he wanted to fix my marriage and I chose to try. Fast forward to last night, out of nowhere, he tells me that a few months after he broke things off, she unalived herself. He said that after the breakup, she kept trying to contact him through friends, through different phone numbers, anything she could to reach him, and that he blocked them all.
Mm.
According to him, she even attempted to unalive herself twice during their affair. Then, in May last year, her ex called him and told him that she had taken her own life. Apparently, she left a note, and in that note, she asked for her ex to read it to my husband. He said that he told me that he was mentioned a lot in the letter, not as the main reason for what she did, but a big part of it. He told me she blamed the toxic work environment for most of it. He also said that no one told him about the funeral because the note specifically said that she didn't want him there. Then it gets strange. He claims the lawyers contacted him afterwards and told him that she had left him $5 million in his will, but that he refused the money.
Okay. Sounds crazy.
And that it went to charity instead. Even after that, some of her friends kept reaching out to him, trying to convince him to contest the will, which made no sense to me. So he tells me all of this months later, like it's just something I should process overnight. And I tried to confront him. I really did. But if this is true, this is horrible and heavy to carry. But here's the problem. She's still active on LinkedIn. And I don't just mean a profile sitting there untouched. I mean active.
Right.
She gave someone a detailed recommendation 2 weeks ago. Someone else wrote a recommendation back, talking about working with her recently. There are a couple posts from the past month, some from her, some from other people mentioning her. That's the only social media she has, so this is the only thing I can use to check. So now I'm sitting here wondering, did he lie to me or did she lie to him? Because either way, something is very wrong. Is she actually dead? Is she actually alive? Is this even my business to figure out? Do I try to confirm it somehow, like finding a death certificate or calling her job? And if she is alive, what do I even do with this information? Do I tell my husband or do I just keep it to myself? Because if she's alive, that means somehow she pulled off an incredible, elaborate lie involving multiple people to convince him that she's dead and that he's partially responsible for it. And then there's just doesn't make sense. But you know what else doesn't make sense? The way I feel right now. This is exactly how I felt during the affair, before I had any proof. When I knew something was wrong, but I kept telling myself I was being paranoid. Months of that kind of lying messes with your head, and you stop trusting your own thoughts. And now, all of those feelings are back. On top of that, I feel like a horrible person for even questioning this. Like, what kind of person hears that someone died and immediately starts to poke holes in their stories? I don't want her to be dead, but I also can't want her to be alive either. I just want certainty. Whatever the truth is, I just need to know so my brain can stop spiraling. I can't talk to anyone about this. None of my friends even know about the affair. So now I'm just stuck with thoughts in my own head going in circles. I had to tell someone, so I guess it's you guys here on Reddit. And honestly, I don't feel any better. Life just sucks right now. What should I do?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's two things going on. Both of these things involve her being alive. Either she did lie to your husband to make him feel bad about whatever their situation was, and he truly does believe that she unalived herself and that she did it to upset him. She's still alive. Or your husband lied to you so that you wouldn't be thinking about her anymore. Because if she's dead, then she's no longer a threat to your marriage. And this was just a big elaborate scheme done by him so that they can go cheat in peace. But I think that's the only two options here.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like what? I mean, he dumb. I mean, what? Like, I mean, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have unalived herself. I don't really want to get into that. So it's
I
just
mean,
like,
but she on LinkedIn.
active,
I mean, I don't think
right?
ghosts just be giving recommendations on LinkedIn.
That's what I'm saying.
She's alive.
Right. I think so too.
But it's either did she lie to your husband trying to hurt him, or is your husband lying to you? But she alive.
But he even talked about a will that had $5 million they gave to charity. He said he did that.
He said that she in her unaliving letter, she left him $5 million. He turned it down.
Oh,
Please.
So he okay.
Please.
So she said he did that. He didn't tell her that he did that. She said in her will that.
No, the husband told the wife.
Okay.
That
she left it in the will,
and he turned it down.
See, that's the part that's kind of hectic.
First of all, nobody turns down free money from a dead person, especially not $5 million. Right. And then if you did, you dumb, because obviously I want some $5 million. If you gonna cheat, you might as well bring $5 million home because of it. You already got caught cheating.
But you might still have your grudge, huh?
I am not a grudge holder. I'm not a grudge holder, but I'm not an idiot.
I feel you.
I'm not a grudge holder, but I am not an idiot. I am nobody's fool.
You want the $5 million plus?
Yeah. You gonna pay me for my pain? You mean to tell you homegirl offered you $5 million? She did, and you gave it to call them people back right now.
It was
and
joke.
Get that $5 million.
It was a joke. I feel you.
Calling people back right now.
Yeah, that's what made the situation a little sus.
Because right now, basically, you just cheated and ain't got nothing to show for it. Right. Go ahead and bring $5 million home since you out there being philandering.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like he might be on the inside scoop too. Like they might be in cahoots with each other.
So pick one. Did she lie to him? Because we both agree it's one of these. Did she lie to him? And he really believes she's dead? Or is he lying to his wife and this was a scheme set up by him?
I think he's lying.
I do too. Because nobody turns down a free $5 million.
Right.
From a dead person. That's basically no strings attached kind of money.
Right.
If you give somebody something in your will, I mean, sometimes there's strings attached, but not with cash. Like, for instance, what I mean by strings attached, like if somebody leaves you a house in the will, sometimes there's strings attached to that because what if that house has a mortgage? If you accept that, yeah, now you got a house, but now you got a mortgage too, right? So sometimes there's strings attached to gifts, but not cash.
Right. Yeah, I think he's lying.
Who turns down $5 million of free cash? He lying, baby. But guess what?
What?
Got an update. Small one, but an update.
Okay. What's the update?
Update. I've been looking, but there's no obituary, no evidence of her death anywhere. There should be something, right? I looked up phone records, and her ex-husband has been calling my husband a couple times every month. And now I'm even more confused than before. I'm going to move on as if I never saw the LinkedIn post. Girl, you think that's the husband, her ex-husband calling your husband? Girl, no. That's her calling. She just on the same phone plan with her ex, probably her real husband, and it's showing up as his name. That's her phone.
Okay.
Because, I mean, honestly, why would her ex-husband be, why would her ex-husband, if she was divorced and then sleeping around with your husband, why would her ex-husband be calling your husband? Girl, no. That's her husband, and she on the same phone plan, so it's coming up under his name. No, she calling your husband so they can have their monthly rendezvous.
Okay. I mean, I feel you. I feel like he bullying anyway, so.
Comments?
Yeah, what they talking about?
How could you believe any of this? The 5 million is what got me. So she's going to write a unaliving note. How he was one of the reasons for unaliving herself, but yet give him $5 million. She's so angry at him and says that he can't go to the funeral, yet leaves him a fortune. The fact that someone can even come up with this lie, as intricate as it is, speaks volumes. Your husband is batshit crazy.
Okay. I agree.
Someone else said the 5 million makes it an obvious lie. No one in their right mind turns this down. Your husband is a liar and you're clueless. Someone else said, are you sure your husband didn't make all of this up so that you'll start feeling more secure about your marriage again? My suggestion is look up her current employer on LinkedIn and call her office and ask to be connected to her voicemail. If they connect you, she's clearly alive.
Yeah, true.
Whew.
Or just contact her directly.
Nah, she might not respond.
I just need a hello.
No,
you're alive.
because hello, you still can't confirm that it's her. What if, because if she's dead, her phone, they probably turned her, turned off her phone bit.
I would just pull up. Like, it's too much guessing. Like, I want to see her face to face.
Where you pulling up at?
Wherever she at.
How you gonna find out where she at?
I clearly know where she work now.
You think so? But some people work in buildings that are secure. You can't just always get to people at work.
I would have found her.
I'd like the idea about calling and asking to be connected to her voicemail.
Okay. I just wouldn't want to keep being confused. Like, I would just want to see, okay, I see her now from afar. I wouldn't even, I just want to see her.
I just don't think it's that easy. He said that she's a high level person in a tech company. I just don't know if she's that accessible at work. I don't know if you can just go up to the job and she's just easy to see. Most executives aren't. They have so and so many secretaries and assistants and all that before you even get past the barrier. I'm just saying maybe seeing her face to face is not as easy. But if she's on the company's website, VP of whatever, there you go.
True. I guess, yeah, true. I guess I would just be fact checking a little bit harder than just asking for her voicemail. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I might even pull up at the job and be like, hey, or I guess maybe a phone call being like, does she work here? People just talk too much all the time.
I agree.
I wouldn't be just asking for the voicemail though.
Okay.
Because people might not know.
That she gone to glory?
It's just too much of a guess.
Okay.
If I'm still being cheated on if you lied about her dying.
Hey.
Like, that's crazy. So I would want to know.
Girlfriend, if you need a good PI, email my office. I'll give you my person.
Dude, that's even, yeah, right? You could just hire the PI.
My private investigator is phenomenal. We found many things in my career, and I think that you might need a little help with this. So feel free to email my office. I'll give you my girl. Shout out to Starla. Hey, Starla. That's my PI. Story number 3.
Yeah, what they talking about?
I can't look at my wife the same after her surgery.
Okay.
Do you remember the story about the guy with the gym and he called his wife a hard a rock? Y'all remember that story?
Oh, did I say that?
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, maybe that was something you said.
Yeah.
But he was saying how she became this like gym fanatic and she was all muscular and oh Lord. Okay. Anytime I hear people talk about like people's changing, I think about that story. Great episode. I don't remember the title of it, but anywho, my wife had plastic surgery recently. We had discussed it and I was against it. It was not my decision ultimately. She decided to go with it. She looks weird now. She had all the fat sucked out of her face. She plumped her lips up with filler. She got a neck lift and all kind of other stuff. She gives me Uncanny Valley vibes now, and it's freaking me out. She is fully healed now, and she wants to go back to normal, initiating sex with me. I have began having sex with her again, but not as much as I used to. And when we do it, I turn the lights off.
Okay. Uh,
I can see you. Stop. Stop doing what you're doing, right?
just what else happened?
Stop. It's been a few months, and I kind of dread looking at her now. Obviously, she's noticed. She has been begging and bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her that I'm just tired from work.
Okay.
Or that I'm run down. Really anything except the truth. She broke down and asked me if I was having an affair. I said that I wasn't. She asked to look at my phone. I unlocked it and handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through my phone and found nothing. She asked me to explain why I've changed. I tried explaining that I just wasn't interested right now. Nothing I said was good enough for her, and she kept digging, so I finally told her the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something that I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked if that's why I turned the lights off now. And I said yes. She started crying and said that she needed some alone time and she went to stay with her sister. I have been called every name in the book since this happened. Her sister said I'm a piece of shit for insulting my wife's looks. Her friends also think I'm the asshole. I tried not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive. I still love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like the blue alien from the Fifth Element.
That's the story.
Who's the blue alien from the Fifth Element?
I have no clue, but I can guess what he
Blue
looked like.
alien. Fifth Element.
Probably strong cheekbones and some more. Let me not even.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
Wow, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. Hey, it is what it is. Even.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
Wow, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. Hey, it is what it is. Wow. Okay.
Should we put that on the screen or should y'all Google that at your own risk?
I mean, that's on you.
Exhibit A.
All right.
Okay. We have an update.
Okay. Good.
My wife came home yesterday from her sister's and we finally had a long talk. She told me that the reason she had the surgery was because her mom and sister talked her into it. They convinced her that she was starting to look old and that I would find someone else attractive if she didn't do something about her aging. That is why her mom gave her the money for the operation. Her mom and sister look like Bruce Campbell in Escape from L.A. Now, who's Bruce Campbell?
Wow.
The whole family ugly?
There's so many problems with this.
Bruce Campbell, Escape. Okay, hold on. Oh. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Whoa.
Exhibit B. They are the very last people on the planet that should be telling anyone about plastic surgery. I used some of the comments that I read on my previous post as talking points, so thank you guys for that. I told her that I loved her and that she was the person I wanted to spend my life with. I told her that the surgery would take a little while longer for me to settle with and that I got more used to her face than before, but I just have to learn to appreciate it. She asked me if I wanted her to see if she could reverse it, and I screamed at her. I said the last thing in the world I wanted her to do was go keep playing with her face some more. I asked her if she could please just leave it alone and let me get used to it.
That's nice of him. That is very nice of him.
Come get y'all, friend. We talked for about 3 hours and decided that her mom and sister would not be a part of any major life decisions anymore. She's going to leave her face alone and give me a chance to get used to it. We're going to look for a marriage counselor and maybe individual counseling for each of us. I'm going to make an effort to show her every day how I still find her desirable, even though this face is still getting to me. And she is going to make an effort to believe me when I tell her that I love her the way she is. We're going to talk to her mom and sister and tell them that we are taking a break from them, and we're going to block them and get our shit together before we allow them back in our lives. Thank you to everyone who tried to help me. I would like to add that I don't think there were that many guys on this earth with a weird blue squid lady fetish. This isn't for me, but do you? I guess he's talking about the alien.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because he said, I didn't realize there were so many guys with a weird blue squid lady fetish. But do y'all? I guess some people in the comments must have been like, the alien from Fifth Element. Fine.
Yeah, I never understand that. Y'all talk about, because at the end of the day, you can always do you. The husband can do what he want to do. The wife can do what she want to do, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the opposite person gotta still he gonna have to love you regardless. But like, he still gotta be attracted to you. All that stuff. And to me, when you start making changes, it's like, it's just like, why? Like, I like you for how you are. I married you based on you. And people change all the time. People got to go through surgery for like medical reasons and stuff like that. But you just like, hey, I'm going to change my face because I want to, or even worse, because my mom and my grandma said.
No,
said,
mom and sister.
Mom and sister said so. And then I discussed it with you and you said, no, please don't. And you just did it anyways. I feel like that's always a serious problem.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it like that.
Well, I would read the comments, but all the comments were the same.
I feel it.
They were talking about the blue alien lady and talking about Bruce Campbell. I mean, ain't nothing much else to give. Story number 4.
Let's do it.
I need you guys to buckle up. This one is a bit of a roller coaster. So if you need to refresh your beverage, grab another bag of chips.
Lord.
This is the time to do so. Story number 4. So my wife, Mary, comes from a family with a history of dementia. Her mom, her grandmother, and several relatives on her mom's side all developed it in their mid to late 50s. That's young. It's something she's always been afraid of. Her dad passed away a few years ago, so her mom ended up moving in with us, and she lived with us for 4 years. Our kids are grown now. Our oldest is finishing college, and our youngest just enlisted in the military. And then there was her mom. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Those 4 years were brutal. Living with someone with dementia is exhausting. It affects everything. Your routine, your sleep, your mental health, your marriage. And now add COVID on top of that. Both of us working from home, one kid going to college remotely, the other one in high school. It was a lot. We were stretched thin. So over the last year, Mary and I started talking about a plan. Once her mom moved into a care facility, we were going to sell our house, downsize, take our savings, and just travel. Take a year off to reset and breathe again. I knew she was anxious about her future, about probably developing dementia herself, and honestly, I was burned out too. That trip felt like a light at the end of the tunnel. Eventually, a spot opened up and we were able to move her mom into a memory care home. And I thought, we finally get a break. But instead, everything got worse. Mary spiraled. Her mental health took a serious downturn. She felt overwhelmingly guilty about putting her mom in a home, and her anxiety about developing dementia herself got worse. So instead of caring for her mom, now I'm caring for her. But I still believed in our plan. We were aiming to start traveling the summer of 2024. Then 2 months ago, I came home from work and she was gone. All she left behind was a note. My friends jokingly call it Exhibit A. In it, she said she was going on our trip without me.
All right.
She quit her job, took all our savings, and said she didn't know when she'll be back. Maybe she'll see me in a year. And she wrote that she knew I would understand. Her phone location was turned off. My calls went straight to voicemail. She blocked me. I took a picture of the note and sent it to our kids. Now, financially, well, we had a system. We had separate checking accounts for our paychecks, but we moved most of it into our joint accounts for bills and savings. We both had access to everything, joint credit cards. We had a joint mortgage. Both cars were in our names. The moment I realized she was serious, I shut down every joint account and credit card that I could. But she had already wiped our savings clean. At first, I waited about a month. I thought maybe she would come back. Maybe she'd come to her senses before she spent everything we had. I got one text out of the entire month. That's it. So I went to a lawyer, and basically, there's not much I can do right now. I can't serve her papers. I don't know where she is. I was told to keep paying the mortgage and the cars because letting that fall apart would only hurt me and my credit in the end. So now I'm stuck, paying for a house, 2 cars, and all the bills with no savings left, just hoping that nothing goes wrong financially. I went from having everything based upon a 2-income household to everything's on me with no cushion. Meanwhile, she's living her best life. She sends random texts and she posts about her excursions all over Instagram. She has the comments turned off, of course. The last post I saw, she was in Hawaii.
Wow.
And in the caption, she actually thanked me for being such a great husband and letting her take this trip. I'm sitting here struggling to keep everything afloat, and she's on the beach. Yeah, F that. I spent 4 years helping take care of her mom. Then I supported her when she fell apart emotionally. And this is how she repays me by disappearing and taking everything? I'll probably never get to take a trip now. Retirement delayed. My whole future just shifted. The only small comfort is my kids, who is also furious with her. But I know eventually they'll probably forgive her because that's their mom. And that just makes it worse. And look, I'm not naive to think that she's just traveling alone. My wife is beautiful. She looks great. I'm sure she's meeting other guys. I even asked her straight up if she was sleeping with anyone. A week later, she just texts back one word: no. Period. Yeah, sure. So here I am, Friday night, drinking alone. And she's somewhere out there, probably on the beach, enjoying the life that we were supposed to have together.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, that's terrible.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, but that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold you. We have an update.
Okay, what's the update?
Whew, I told y'all, buckle up. Buckle up. I'm feeling more positive now that the financial situation is becoming a little bit more manageable for me. Basically, I've been running up some debt that will get paid off when I sell the house. That was the advice that I got from the lawyers. Even with the attorney's fees, I have 6 to 8 months before I need to worry about the money. assuming that there's no emergencies. A wife's friend gave me some good advice. Don't go from hero to villain in your kids' eyes. How I talk about and treat their mom will shape my future with them. I followed up with the lawyer. She said my wife will have to pay back the savings she took, plus the money I spent maintaining the household while she was gone. There's enough equity in her share of the house and her retirement to cover it. Bingo.
Right.
Because our finances are intertwined after 25 years, she'll still get some of the assets. Best case, she agrees to the divorce terms and is cheap and quick. Otherwise, it can get complicated and expensive. Facts. I got a couple of credit cards with some promo rates for purchases and transfers. This gives me breathing room and lets me conserve cash until the house is sold. How you gonna sell a house without her? You remember this whole thing about when you're buying and selling property, you need each other's signatures. Unless he could get it done by a court order, you could do that. I don't know if you guys already filed and y'all are in court, but I mean, a judge could order it for it to be sold. Anywho, now that finances are less stressful, I'm actually enjoying her being gone. I'm free to do whatever I want, whenever. I don't have to cook, clean, or care for anyone. The house is finally quiet, and it's been a relief. Her mental health weighed on our marriage. So it's kind of been refreshing a little bit in a weird kind of way. At first, I expected her to return any day now. I would check the doorbell camera obsessively, wondering if it was her. I'm not looking forward to her coming back because I have to deal with her and the divorce and selling the house and dividing all our assets and finding a new place to live. My daughter thinks that she might be coming home for Christmas. My lawyer already has the papers ready to serve her. Hopefully she'll agree to the terms and she can go continue her stupid travels. Some advice I received. Regarding renting or selling the house, this isn't feasible yet. There's too much to fix and move, and the kids' rooms are still full of their things. And I don't want to sort through that or force them to. Getting a HELOC loan was good advice, but in the short term, promo credit cards are easy and cheaper. Serving divorce papers while she's away is possible, but expensive. I'm comfortable with waiting for now. Checking her phone usage helped me track her travel patterns. She posts on social media after leaving a place, never while she was there. So when she posted about Hawaii, she was already gone at that point. In the phone records, I could see that she did initiate a call from Los Angeles once. She even tried adding international calling to the phone bill, but I blocked it. So she removed her phone entirely from our account. Overall, things are stable now, and I have time to set up plans of my next steps.
Okay, good. Because, yeah, she got big problems, and I think they too big to be trying to deal with. So it's just like, well, to try to make y'all work, I think this is over with.
Yeah. How do you think this is forgivable?
No. No. Hell no. What? You took all the money out of the savings to go on vacation? No, it's not forgivable. That's crazy. And then what's funny is what's gonna happen after all that money gone? What's she gonna do?
Come back. She gonna come back.
Right. Yeah, right. That's not forgivable.
We have another update.
Okay, what's that one?
In mid-December, my wife texted me that she's coming home for Christmas.
Wow.
I told her my daughter and I would be at my brother's, and she's not welcomed. Her car would be in the driveway and a fob in the backyard. I wouldn't have given her nothing.
Nothing.
She went to her sister's house for Christmas. I wouldn't. The car you've been paying for while she been gallivanting around the world.
Yeah.
She better find somebody else's car to use. Anyways, when we met up after the holidays, I stayed calmed and detached. I didn't want her to get the satisfaction of thinking I cared. I just wanted her to agree to the divorce. She explained why she left without telling anyone. She didn't want to wait a year. She didn't want anyone talking her out of it. She didn't want to work. She wanted to leave before her mental health got worse. Honestly, I think the main reason was she didn't want me to stop her from taking our savings. Our original plan was to travel the summer of 2024. We wanted to make sure our daughter graduated, got settled, and we had enough money. She started questioning if she even wanted to return to our old life, and she didn't want to work full time or buy a new house. Well, guess what?
Hmm.
She didn't think talking to me would help her figure things out. I reminded her that's why we were taking the trip together, to decide what we wanted to do with the next phase of our life while being in an environment of relaxation. I asked why she didn't just get a divorce before leaving, because she wanted to take your money.
Right.
She said she doesn't want a divorce. She wanted to live the life she figured out on her own. I told her that's not how marriage works. One person can't decide that for one another. She realized through talking to our daughter and her family and seeing my texts and voicemails after she unblocked me that I might not forgive her. She started visualizing a future without me. She wants to be a digital nomad, working part-time remotely and living in new places. She tried to convince me to go with her, but I don't trust her anymore and I don't love her. The kids? Our son barely responds to her texts. Our daughter stopped talking to her and is angry. She sees her mom's actions as selfish. I'll support whatever makes my daughter happy. Did she spend all the money? About half. Did she sleep with anyone? I didn't ask because it doesn't matter anymore. She claims she hasn't, though. Does she feel bad? She says yes. She wishes she would have handled it differently, but she wanted to get away to figure herself out. I told her that was selfish. She's taking the easy route and leaving everyone else to deal with the difficult parts. Despite all of this, I'm really happy with how things turned out. The divorce isn't final yet, but we've agreed on the big things: selling the house, splitting the retirement and the profits from the sale of the home, and paying back what she took. I won't pay her any alimony. She's choosing a lifestyle that will largely remove her from my life. I've even started dating again. Turns out a 50-year-old divorced guy with kids out of the house with a good job and in decent shape is more appealing than I expected. I'm doing well financially and planning a little vacation of my own. Not exactly where I thought I'd be at 50, but I'm happier now than I've been in a while. P.S. Thank you everyone who responded and reached out. It truly means a lot. That's the story.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't seen nothing like this yet in my career. I ain't never seen the vanishing wife snatch the savings to go on vacation. That's wild.
A lot of different people out here.
Yeah, that one is wild. Do you think she was just gallivanting all by herself?
Oh, I have no clue.
I mean, I do know there are people out there who truly enjoy vacationing alone. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to be facing potential losing my mind.
True.
You know, because with dementia, I mean, you lose yourself when you don't have your mind. You know. So I don't know what she's going through, knowing that that's a potential real reality. But I could tell you, girl, you was wrong as two left shoes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's not how you. That's just not how you handle things. A lot of people said the same thing, how trash he is and how they're so happy that he's, picking up the pieces to his life. But I pulled one comment that basically summed up how everybody feel in the comments.
Okay.
And the comment was, the brutal reality is if she develops dementia by the time she's 50, she only has a few years to find someone and hope that he's not going to discard her or abuse her once her health catches up to her. She literally threw away decades of years of built-in trust for a few months of fooling around the world.
Yeah. I agree with that one.
So tell me, which story was your worst? A little recap?
Yeah.
The man who lied about the house not being his.
Mm-hmm.
The unaliving scandal. The plastic surgery. or this one, The Vanishing Saving Stealer?
Yeah.
Which one was your worst?
My worst? Mm, I'm not sure. Maybe story. I'm not sure. What's yours? The last story.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and issue now the secret coupon code. We're gonna name it after this crazy ass. I'm sorry, this crazy lady. The secret coupon code today is Mary.
Mary. Okay.
Mary the Wanderer.
Wow.
So have fun on pressnails.com and use coupon code Mary to get an additional percentage off. Because like I said, we're doing a site-wide sale celebrating our anniversary today. So go ahead and put Mary on in there. We have a lot of beautiful new arrivals. And for all my press on nail girlies like myself, enjoy. But story number 4 is my worst.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I must have
Bumped your head?
Yeah, what? Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I'm over here thinking about story 1 and story 2 and the whole conversation, and everything. But yeah, you're right.
Nothing comes close to Mary.
Right.
After that, I'm a pick the surgery.
Okay.
I could not imagine being married to someone I'm not physically attracted to. That would be devastating. I think it would be much easier if the change came from something like an emergency or like, an accident, a fire, something like that. Then yeah, I could love you to do that. But for you to go behind after we discussed it and I was like, no, don't do that, and you go do it, now you look like an alien.
Right.
He said you look like the blue alien from Fifth Element.
Right.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine looking at you and being like, you look like an alien.
And
you did it to yourself.
Listening to my mom and my sister.
Outside people, like they live here with you, like they sleep with you.
Right.
Like they your spouse.
Right.
So I think story number 3 is my number 2.
Feel that.
I have to guess pick story number 1 as my third because no, wait a minute. Because the couple with the whole suicide thing, they married too.
True.
Ooh. I think the line about the unaliving is bigger than the lie about the rent. So I'm going to have to pick that is my story number 3. And then the house will be story number 4.
I can agree with that.
We agree on our situation today?
Yeah.
Well, do you agree with my list? Our list?
Yep.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for watching this week's episode, and we'll definitely see you in the next one.
All right, now.
Mary, you just raggedy. Bye, y'all.